Hey, what is up guys, Joe here. Welcome back to another lorcana video. I know I've been saying I wanted to do Steel Song all week this week, but I'm just feeling a change of heart, so we are going to pivot here. Let me show you a game that I played this week. I have also been trying out this deck. I've been between Steel Song and this deck for set champs. This is my take on Blurple that I've been building and changing these past couple weeks. But yeah, I've been between these two decks, and I think I have finally landed on wanting to bring this deck to set champs, at least for the beginning. Steel Song just isn't really jiving with me. So yeah, I just want to show you guys kind of what the deck is right quick before we get into the game. But yeah, this is my build that I've kind of been tweaking. I really like the Shift Merlin. And I wanted to utilize it in Blurple. This is probably the newest addition that I added, and it was kind of the final piece I was looking for. But yeah, just quickly going through some of the cards before we get into the game. Turnabout's Followers, obviously that's just a 1-drop. I have 8 1-drops total. So 2 of the Followers, I have 3 Cogsworth. This card is amazing. It is probably one of my favorite cards from this set. It just enhances so many of the bounce packages strengths, so we'll kind of go over that a bit more. But yeah, we also have 3 Rafikis. This is just good against like a lot of the early aggro stuff, like Smee in particular. Usually he kind of goes unabated unless you play this on turn 1. Madame Snake, obviously we have 4 of that. Tipo is our ink engine. We don't run Fishbone Quill. All of our ramping is in characters here, so we run 4 Tipos, we run 3 Mickey detectives, we run 2 Donald detectives. We don't always play him, but he's very nice because a lot of our high tier cards are 7 costs, so he jumps the 6 cost that we don't play into 7 when we do play him. We play 4 Madame Foxes, obviously. We play 3 Merlin Crabs. I might bump him up to 4. He is so strong here because like with Cogsworth, Cogsworth can give him rush, so he can buff himself. And on play, he hits something for 6. That's amazing. So yeah, I took one out just because I was out of space trying to hit 60, but not incorrect to play 4 of him, I think. I have 1 Magicka Dispel. I play a lot of different 1-ofs because we are playing, like I said, the Shift Merlin. He searches for a card in your deck and just adds it to your hand. So I have a bunch of random texts that actually I've almost searched not everyone, but I've searched them out before. Like we run 1 Magicka, we run 1 Bell, which she's popped off a couple times too. The Shift Bell that moves damage counters around. We run 1 Genie. We'll go over him a bit later, but yeah, we have 1 Hades and we have 1 Hideaway. So my favorite part about like Merlin is I'm able to just run one of these, and they are all kind of just viable just because I can search them. Oh, we have 1 Madame Purple Dragon too, so that's also nice to search. But yeah, and then I have 3 Merlin Goats. We have 4 Merlin Rabbits that adds up all of our Merlin package. Merlin can shift into any of these Merlins, and yeah, any of them work is always great. We have 3 of the Elsa 5th Spirits. Running 4 isn't incorrect too. She is amazing. Probably also another great card from this set. Just having the evasive rush package, it answers like Diablo, answers a lot of stuff, and just being able to exert things like you can exert like the Tragic Hero Beast, stuff like that. But yeah, great. Genie is weird, not always the most useful, but yeah, he has saved me before. You can play him when you already have Ursula on the field, and you exert him with Ursula to just instantly just lock down your opponent's field. There's a deck that did really well that was utilizing this, but yeah, I just changed the numbers a little bit because I didn't like having too many of him in the deck. So Merlin kind of just allows me to just play 1 of him, and if I find him, I don't. Sometimes I search him. If I already have Ursula, then I can search him, stuff like that. But yeah, we run 1 Hades, we run 2 Elsas and 1 Mufasa. That's just our high tier cards. And 4 friends, of course, with 2 Let It Goes. My favorite thing about Let It Go is you play Merlin, you can just search this and you can immediately sing it and just remove something. So that's always great. And yeah, the last card is 3 Libraries. This is amazing against like red blue. Really saves us, and I think I'll showcase that today. But yeah, this is the deck, and yeah, before we get into the game, don't forget, by the way, I still have my giveaway going on. We're giving away a Trove. Check it out. I will link the video here right now, and I will link it in the description below. And yeah, I'll give it away once we hit 1K subs. So make sure you sub, make sure you go comment on that video. And yeah, let's get started with the video. Let us jump straight into the game here. We are up against Sisu On Ice. Going to be probably one of the most prominent decks we're going to be seeing in set champs, and just in general, just a very, very strong deck. Probably the strongest, or one of the strongest at least. But yeah, we are on the draw here. My opponent finds Popsicle turn 1. We find Rafiki, and my opponent does find his Tipo to ramp. For turn 2, we only have a Madam Imp Snake, so we might as well quest out Rafiki and get that lore before we bounce him and get another character on the board. And yeah, our opponent is going to sting 1 jump with Tipo, and then he also finds his Hiram, so he's ramping very well, which is kind of unfortunate for us, but we do get to take Tipo out for free here with our snake. And on turn 3, we're going to drop both Rafiki and Chernobog's out, just because, you know, we didn't have a turn 3 play. We just have 2 1-drops, and it's kind of better to exert this pressure here. But yeah, our opponent finds Sisu on here, the little Sisu, humanoid Sisu, to take out our Rafiki. And yeah, he also finds an Ice Block, which is going to be very annoying for us. I think Ice Block is one of the most annoying cards I've learned this set. I really don't enjoy it. But yeah, we have our Rabbit on 4. I'm going to quest here with Chernobog's followers, and I'm going to use his ability to draw. I think mainly whenever you see me do this is because I'm worried about my uninkability situation. But yeah, it ends up being the right play anyway, because we see my opponent shift into Sisu here. Such an early Sisu from all that ramping. You see on my turn 4, I get hit by Sisu. Insane. But yeah, at least we got the draw off of Chernobog's before that happened. We're just going to play Rabbit here. Very passive play, but it's just we don't really have a choice. We're only at 5 ink here. There's not much we can answer Sisu with. And we see here now, my opponent has ramped up to Tamatoa at this point. He gets to quest with Sisu, and then he has his Tamatoa ready to just kind of deal some more damage once we deal with Sisu. So just overall, not a very fun situation for us. We see kind of the damage that Sisu On Ice can do when they ramp pop early. They just found all their ramp tools, and I think if we find ours, it wouldn't be nearly as bad, but we did not find any of our our character ramp this game. Like, this is the first one in our Detective Mickey, which is way too late at this point. We did get a Madam Imp Fox to take care of Sisu at least, but not as Tamatoa is going to be another problem that we're going to definitely have trouble with. But yeah, he's going to quest up here with all of his items, bring back his Ice Block, and yeah, just continue to draw cards with this Hiram that we also have not dealt with. I did damage it before bouncing. I think it was when I bounced the Fox in to get rid of Sisu, but yeah, I just want to get some damage on it just in case I could get rid of it this turn. But yeah, on 8 here, we are going to play Elsa. I debated super hard on what to play on this turn, because I also have Hades. So it was either Hades into the Tamatoa or playing Elsa right now. And I feel like this was the wrong decision, because we see with Ice Block, Madame Medusa just takes Elsa out, which is, again, a very crazy interaction that my opponent gets to pull off with this combination. And yeah, I was just debating if maybe Hades was more correct here, but we see Hades probably isn't going to do much either. I just have to get rid of Tamatoa now that Elsa's gone. And yeah, just a real uphill battle. We see again, Ice Block again does its job, because it brings our Hades down to a 2 strength so that Brawl can take it out, and then another Tamatoa comes down. So really, just impossible. This game was just uphill both ways, I think. So yeah, this next Tamatoa is gonna be almost like really hard to deal with. I do find a Let It Go, I believe. Yeah, Let It Go. So I let it go to Tamatoa at least, but my board right now is only the Mickey, because he keeps removing all my high-end cards. I do find a Rabbit here. I do just, with my 3 remaining ink, just play the friends on the other side, because why not? But yeah, another Sisu comes down, and it's like, Big threat after big threat. We are just out of things to play. My opponent also gets a dime out. Now he just has that much ink at this point, and yeah, it's gonna be too hard to answer everything at this point, I think. So we're just gonna call it quits here. Move on to the next game. The first game was definitely very unfortunate, but I can see glimmers of hope there. So yeah, let's just see how the rest of the games go. We are going to move on to game 2 here. Hopefully we find our character ramp. We are going first now, so you know we have a better chance of getting something done before it's too late. We don't have a turn 1 drop on our second game, but my opponent does have a popsicle. We do find Tipo though, so already kind of boding better than the first game. We're getting ahead of our ramp. Also, our opponent is not finding his yet. He does not have a Tipo. He gets another popsicle and ice block on his turn, which means we get the quest for free. So we get that Tipo quest before I bring the library out. This is the red-blue card we need against red-blue. Library is a bit difficult for them to deal with. They do have hideaways, which he actually inks a hideaway here to get the Tipo out. I think he's prioritizing ramp. We'll see he does have another hideaway, so that's probably why he did that. Yeah, I mean, when you see your opponent ink at hideaway, when you have a location like this, you can probably guess as much, unless they made a mistake. But yeah, here comes the second hideaway just to get rid of our card. But at least now I'm like pretty fairly certain that he's out of hideaways, because most of these decks don't run more than 2 hideaways or more than 2 Cuscos. So now I think my locations are going to be pretty safe here. We get another rabbit out. He brawled our first rabbit. And with the 3 remaining ink, we are going to get the library out now. Now, second library, pretty certain this one's going to stick. The nice thing about it, 8 health, much harder to deal with for my opponent. Maui only has 6 strength, so it won't be able to take it out as easily as like Castle. Castle also outstretches Maui, but at least, you know, 1 health is much easier to take care of. But yeah, my opponent decides to quest with Tipo. Nice for us. We get to bash in with Rabbit. And now we move everything to the library. We played a goat, gain another lore. And then now everything's in the library. If we get banished, we're going to draw. That is my favorite part about it. Way more consistent card draw than Queen's Castle, in my opinion. Of course, Queen Castle gives you an extra lore per turn, which has its own benefits, especially if you're trying to go quick. But so far, I've just been liking library a lot more, especially with our like characters that tend to get banished a lot. But yeah, here we see in action, Maui hits into library for 6. He's hoping to get rid of it next turn with his remaining characters. But we are going to run our goat and our Tipo into Maui, banish it. They are both on the library, so we draw 2. Goat gets banished, we draw another one. And here we're going to use Rabbit to run into Hiram, bounce it for Fox, take out the Hiram. So now we've wiped out his characters. Our library is safe again. And yeah, it's been just sitting here gaining lore, and we're going to continue that. We move our Fox onto the library. We play a Rabbit. Just whenever our character is in danger of getting removed, we move it to the library and just hope to get a card draw out of it. So yeah, here, Madame Medusa hits our Fox. Very nice for us. We get the draw. Move back to our turn. We sing Friends on the other side. Just keep the cards going. Most important thing for our deck is to just keep moving like that. But yeah, we get our Elsa. 8 costs Elsa. We're going to tap the Medusa. My whole game plan here is just keep the library alive. So whenever he has characters that can banish the library, we're just going to keep exerting them or removing them, and we just keep that going. But yeah, here we just quest with the Rabbit because we just bounced it with Fox, and we take out the Medusa here. Again, we're safe once again. We move Elsa over to the library because we think she's going to get removed, and we go ahead for the quest. We're up to 15 now. This library has gotten us, what, 5? And I think the one before it got us like 1 or 2 also. So yeah, Maleficent Dragon comes down, takes out our Elsa, but she's in the library. We get a draw. We gain another lore off of this library. We keep inking. We have the Rabbit out right now. I am going to go ahead and shift into our Merlin. We go for a search. I actually, right here, I search for a snake. And the reasoning is I want to bounce this Merlin. So I already had to let it go in hand. The amazing thing is once I shift into Merlin, I can let it go, get rid of this dragon. And then I snake. I will bounce back the Merlin so I can play it again in a following turn. And with 3 remaining ink, we just play our Mickey Detective. But yeah, he finally finds the Maui, finally gets rid of our library after it's been sitting there for who knows how long, gathering all that lore. And card draw. We drew so much off of that library, how many things were banished off of it. But yeah, that's all he can do on his turn. So we are going to go, we play Hades, get rid of the Maui. I also play a Rabbit because I need a Merlin on board to shift onto for our shift Merlin. So yeah, 18-3 right here. We see he gets a Sisu, wipes our board. Our snake survives, which is nice. We're gonna hit 19 here. But yeah, just one lore away for us is probably gonna be pretty good. I find an Elsa. I'm just going to exert the Sisu here, trade into it. But I find a goat, so there's no way he can win here. And we can move on to game 3. We're gonna be on the draw again. So let us see on the draw if we can have as much luck against this deck. But yeah, my opponent finds Ice Block on our turn. We get Cogsworth, so not the best one drop, but any one drop is nice because we always have the chance to bounce it back. And especially against Ruby Sapphire here, where they are ramping a lot, anything that gains us lore early is nice. We get a free quest here at Cogsworth. While we continue to ramp, we get a Tipo. Whenever we find Tipo, it's a good day. My favorite thing about Tipo is it ramps perfectly into next turn. We're going to have 4. We either get to play a library or a rabbit. A rabbit's nice, but library, move Tipo on it. Everything goes very well when you have Tipo. But yeah, my opponent finds a Sisu. He gets to remove our character. And here we go. Library once again. We're going to keep this library gang going because it did so well for us the last turn. We know what our win condition is. But yeah, we quest with Tipo. My opponent sings one jump ahead with Sisu, plays his own one jump ahead for ink. So he's ramping, not as efficiently, just because, you know, it was a lot of one jumps he had to be playing the last turn. But yeah, we get another rabbit. We get a rabbit out, move it onto the library. We're going to keep this going. He gets his shift Sisu again. Not as effective as the last one. He does remove our characters, but I already had moved them onto the library. We get to draw 3 cards because Rabbit was also removed. So Rabbit and 2 library characters equals 3. And here, I just need Sisu off the board. So I play, we didn't have a really small character, so I had to play the crab to bounce it for Fox, because Fox can take out the Sisu. I'm just trying to keep library alive. That's the name of the game, folks. We are keeping library alive. That is how we're going to win this game. But yeah, we get goat out. We get crab out. We're just trying to get characters on the board here. Just, you know, survive, keep library alive, draw off of library, gain lore off of library. That's how we win these kind of games. But my opponent bricks. He bricks on this turn. We get to go for a shift Merlin. I think he bricked the turn before too. If you see me play too many characters, that's usually what it means. I'm skipping around too much. I kind of lost track here. But yeah, I find the shift Merlin. I shift onto the crab. And I specifically search for Madam Mim's snake here. The reason being is I just need to bounce because I have this goat. Goat is my win condition here, and I know it. So he has 2 ice blocks. He's going to ice block both the Merlin and the snake and just Sisu our board away. But yeah, we're going to keep up the pressure. We get a rabbit. We're going to keep looking for a draw. We play our goat again. This is how we're going to win because we're going to keep bouncing this goat back and forth, and we're going to gain lore off the, well, not anymore, but we were gaining lore off of the library. My opponent finds a Mufasa. And yeah, we have bad news for him because it's looking pretty good for him. He gets a Sisu on the board. He has a Mufasa. If he can pop off with this, he can come back. We're at 14. He's at 0. But with Mufasa and red-blue, there's a lot of opportunities. But we have our other Merlin. He removed 1, but we find our other one. I'm gonna pick the Fox here. Okay, so here was my problem with this game. This game, I was not finding Madam Mims. So whenever I play Merlin, I'm going to search Madam Mim because I want to keep bouncing this goat back because the goat bouncing back and forth is what's getting us the win here. We get the Fox out. Also, I picked Fox because I wanted to take Sisu out. So bounce the goat, kill the Sisu. With Merlin, we're singing Let It Go, get rid of the Mufasa. And he answers with Maui here. He's going to Vitalisphere it to be able to kill Merlin. But it's already too late. We're at 16. Our opponent is at 0. We have 2 goats, and that's the win because once we bounce it, it's over. So, amazing game. I love this Blurple. This is just... it's been working so well that I think it will be what we have to bring into set champs. But yeah, guys, let me know what you're bringing to set champs. I'm very interested. I hope you guys have the best of luck if you are going. Get those mirror bells, get those mats, bring them home. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video, and I'll see you later. Ciao.